Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay, Matthew.
Hi, today is Thursday, July 16th, and we'll be reading 2 Chronicles 13, 14, and 15.
All right.
And
13, 14, and 15. Okay. Catherine. Yay! You have your plush there? Okay, 13, 14, and 15.
finish.
Abijah, king of Judah. In the 18th year of King Jeroboam, Abijah became king of Judah. He reigned for 3 years in Judah, and his mother's name was Micaiah, the granddaughter of Uriel of Gibeah. And there was a war between Abijah and Jeroboam. Abijah set the battle in order with an army of valiant men of war, 400,000 choice men. Jeroboam also drew up battle lines against them with an army of 800,000 men, mighty men of valor. Then Abijah went up to Mount Zemaraim, that is in the hills of Ephraim, and said, "Listen to me, Jeroboam and all Israel. Do you all not know that the Lord God of Israel has perpetually given the kingdom of Israel to David, even to him and to his sons with a covenant of salt?" And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, son of David, stood up and rebelled against his lord, Rehoboam. Then vain, worthless men gathered together around him and defied Rehoboam, son of Solomon. And Rehoboam was young and timid in heart and was not strong before them. And now you think that you can withstand before the kingdom of the Lord by the hand of the sons of David, and you are all a great multitude, and with you are the golden calves that Jeroboam has made for you to be gods. Have you all not driven out the priests of the Lord, even the Levites and sons of Aaron, and made for yourselves priests from the peoples of other lands? Whoever comes to be dedicated and has in his hand a young bull or 7 rams becomes a priest to what is not a god. But for us the Lord is our God, and we have not abandoned him. And our priests serve the Lord, and our sons of Aaron, Levites, with their service. They sacrifice burnt offerings to the Lord every morning and evening, and put out an incense of spices. They also set the showbread in place on the ritual table, and set the golden lampstand with its lamps to burn every evening. For we keep the duty of the Lord our God, but you all have abandoned him. God is with us as a leader, and his priests with their battle trumpets to call for battle against you all. O sons of Israel, do not fight against the Lord, the God of your fathers, because you will not find success. So Jeroboam went around them with an ambush to come from behind them. Those from Israel were in front of Judah, while the ambush was behind them. Then Judah turned and saw that the battle was both in front of and behind them. Then they cried out to the Lord, and the priests sounded their trumpets. Then the men from Judah shouted out, and it happened. When Judah shouted out, God struck down Jeroboam and all Israel before Abijah and Judah. The men of Israel fled before Judah, and God gave them into their hand. Abijah and the people struck them down with a great slaughter, and the slain from Israel who fell that day were 500,000 choice men. So the sons of Israel were subdued at the time, and the people of Judah were strong, for they depended on the Lord God of their fathers. And Abijah chased after Jeroboam and captured cities from him, Bethel, Jeshanah, and Ephron with their surrounding villages. And Jeroboam did not again recover his strength in the days of Abijah, and the Lord struck down Jeroboam and he died. So Abijah grew strong and took 14 wives and had 22 sons and 16 daughters. And the remainder of the acts of Abijah, both his ways and words, are written in the story of the prophet Iddo. And Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. Asa, his son, then reigned in his place. In his days the land was quiet for 10 years. Asa, king of Judah. Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. He took down the foreign altars in high places, and he shattered the pillars and cut down images of Asherah. Then he urged Judah to seek the Lord, the God of their fathers, and to keep the law and commandments. And he also removed all the high places and incense altars in the cities in Judah, and the kingdom was at rest under Asa. He built fortified cities in Judah because the land was quiet, and there was no war in these years, for the Lord gave peace to them. And he said to Judah, "Let us build up these cities, and let us surround them with walls, towers, gates, and bars, for the land before us is still ours, because we have sought after the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he has given us peace all around." So they built and had success. And it happened that Asa had an army from Judah carrying large shields and spears, numbering 300,000. And from Benjamin he had an army carrying shields and bows, numbering 280,000. All of these were mighty men of valor. But Zerah, the Ethiopian Cushite, came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. And he came up to Marishah. Then Asa went out to engage him, and they arranged for battle in the valley of Zephathah near Marishah. And Asa cried out to the Lord his God and said, "Lord, it is nothing with you to help, whether with many or with those who have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we trust in you, and in your name we come against this multitude. O Lord, you are God, let no man prevail against you." So the Lord struck down the Ethiopian Cushites before Asa and Judah, and the Cushites fled. Then Asa and those with him pursued him until Gerar, and the Cushites fell till there was not one left alive, because they were struck down before the Lord and his army. And those in Judah carried off a very great plunder. And they struck down all the cities surrounding Gerar, because the terror of the Lord was on them. And they plundered all the cities, because there was a great amount of possessions in them. And they also struck the tents holding livestock, and they carried off sheep and a great amount of camels. Then they returned to Jerusalem. The reforms of Asa. Then the Spirit of God came on Azariah the son of Obed, and he went out to meet Asa, and he said to him, "Listen to me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you while you are with him. If you all seek him, he will be found with you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. For a long time Israel has been without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law. But when in their trouble they turned to the Lord God of Israel and sought him, he was found by them. And at that time there was no peace to the one traveling in and out, because there was a great panic on all those who dwelt in the land. They were broken to pieces, nation against nation, and city against city, because God confused them with every type of distress. But you all must be strong and not lose heart, for there is a reward for your deeds." And when Asa heard these words of the prophecy of Azariah, son of Obed the prophet, he was encouraged and removed the detestable idols from the entire land of Judah and Benjamin, and from the cities that he had captured in the hills of Ephraim. And he repaired the altar of the Lord that was before the vestibule of the Lord. And he gathered together all of Judah and Benjamin, and those who had settled among them from Ephraim, Manasseh, and Simeon, for these had come down to him from Israel in a great number, when they saw that the Lord God was with them. These were gathered in Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year in the reign of Asa. They sacrificed to the Lord that day from the plunder that they brought in 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and soul. But whosoever should not seek the Lord God of Israel will be put to death, whether young or old, man or woman. They swore an oath to the Lord in a loud voice, with shouting, trumpets, and horns. And all Judah rejoiced over this oath, because they swore with their whole heart that they sought him with all their desire, and he was found by them. And the Lord gave them rest all around. King Asa even removed his mother Maacah from being queen mother, because she had made a detestable image for Asherah. Asa cut down her image, crushed it, and burned it in the Kidron valley. But they did not remove the high places from Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was wholly committed all his days. He brought into the house of God the sacred gifts of the Father, and his own sacred gifts, silver, gold, and utensils. And there was no war until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. Chronicles 15, 14.
Oh.
Bye. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Hope you like this video. Please leave a like or a comment.